Hi beautiful and handsome cherished people. In today's video, I will be talking about the 10 major deal breakers you must look out for in a relationship. And if you are ready for this, then kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, if you are new here, for more valuable and impactful relationship related videos. Now, let's get right on it. The first deal breaker you must look out for: questionable characters. Someone once defined a character as a trait, quality, or high moral code. In other words, character defines your moral ethics, and dictates who you really are on the inside. And if you are in a relationship with someone who seems to have a questionable character, you might want to reconsider such a relationship. A questionable character has to do with an unexpected and unbelievable display of some character traits by a person. In other words, when a person has a questionable character, it means such person is displaying some character traits that he or she is not known for. That is, traits that are unlikely of him or her. For instance, your partner used to be a trustworthy and honest person. But all of a sudden, he or she changes from a trustworthy person to an untrustworthy person. In this case, your partner is displaying questionable character traits which are not unlikely of him or her. Perhaps your partner used to be dependable and reliable, but now, it's no longer so. In this case, your partner is displaying two different persons in one body. Such a partner has questionable character. And you may want to reconsider your relationship with such a person, because in the long run, it will greatly affect you emotionally and mentally. The second deal breaker you must look out for: laziness. As unbelievable as this might sound, there are a lot of people who are very lazy. Yes, when I say they are lazy, I mean they're extremely lazy. These sets of people always have excuses for their laziness. They hate doing anything that might stress or inconvenience them. They just like anything that gives them pleasure. And as long as it gives them pleasure, nothing else matters to them. Do you know why you should never take this deal breaker lightly? That's because it will surely affect you in the future if you choose to go ahead in marriage with such a lazy person. How? Do you know there are many homes today where it's only one partner who is taking all the whole responsibilities in a family? Yes, there are many. Their lazy partners will sit down and watch TV from morning through night. So, when you happen to be in a relationship with someone who seems to like idleness, enjoys mediocrity, and loves pleasure, that's a deal breaker for you. If you know you won't be able to cope, it's better you reconsider your relationship with such a person. Laziness is an emotional punishment, because it leaves the other person to carry all the whole loads and responsibilities. In the end, such a person might die as a result of too many burdens and responsibilities to carry alone. And you will never want that to happen to you, I guess. The third deal breaker you must look out for: greediness and stinginess. Yes, greediness and stinginess are some of the major deal breakers you must look out for in a relationship. Greediness is a perpetual state of not being contented with what one has, and always looking out for how to get more and more, without minding the means through which one gets them. While stinginess is a chronic habit of being tight with what one has. You see, these two things are deal breakers you must look out for in a relationship. That is, when you notice these two traits in your partner, then you might want to reconsider your relationship with him or her. For instance, when a man is greedy, he won't ever be satisfied with what he has. He will always need and want more, and will strive to get it without minding if others are affected negatively by his actions or not. With this kind of trait being displayed, such a man will always cheat on you as a lady. How? Because if he can't be satisfied with all he has, he won't be satisfied with having you. And believe me when I say no matter how beautiful you are as a lady, there are more other beautiful ladies out there. And a greedy person will always run after them because he is not satisfied with you, and then leave you behind to nurse your emotional sadness caused by his actions. And if he is stingy, you will never feel the presence of his money. A stingy person is very tight with his or her money. Even if you are in need, he or she will always find it hard to release a portion of his or her money to meet that needs of yours. Trust me, you won't be able to cope with such a kind of person in the long run. In short, you might want to reconsider your relationship with such a person. The fourth deal breaker to look out for: contrary belief system. One of the major deal breakers to look out for is your belief system with your partner. Does your partner believe what you believe? Perhaps you believe in God. Does your partner also believe in God as well? If not, you might be settling yourself up for trouble because it will affect how you both worship. Not only that, it will also affect what your children will eventually believe, either to believe in you that believe in God or to believe in your partner that doesn't believe in God. Are you both operating in the same level of beliefs? Some people believe in pregnancy before marriage. Do you believe in the same thing? Some men believe that house chores are the responsibility of the ladies. Do you believe in that, as a lady? Some ladies believe that when they marry, their money is their money, while their husband's money is our money. Do you believe in that, as a man? Looking out for your belief system matters a lot. Because in the long run, they will all affect how you will treat each other, which can also affect your love lives. You will not want to set yourself up for such a terrible future. The fifth deal breaker you must look out for: individual differences. No two individuals are the same. In short, no one is like anyone on this earth. Each and every one of us is different in our own unique way. Thus, I can never be like you, and you can never be like me. Dr. V.K. Maheshwari, Ph.D. defined individual differences as the differences among humans that distinguish or separate them from one another and makes one as a single unique individual. There are different factors that lead to our individual differences, like genes, cultures, environments, sex, male and female, and etc. While some are short, some are tall. While some are dark, some are fair or chocolate in complexion. While some are thin, some are fat. While some are dull, some are sharp. However, individual differences have types, like physical differences, emotional differences, mental differences, differences in values, and lots more. As a person, it's advisable to look out for individual differences between you and your partner, so you will be able to know if you can cope with the differences that exist between you and your partner. If you notice you can't cope with all these differences, then you might want to reconsider your relationship. Yes, I know love covers everything, but trust me, it's not everything that love covers. There are things love can't cover because they will be staring before you in reality. If you can't cope, kindly reconsider such a relationship. The sixth deal breaker you must look out for: lying. Lying has to do with saying something that is not true. Saying this is what it is, but in reality, it is not so. There are some people who find pleasure in lying. In short, these people are chronic liars, and lying is second nature to them. You can never know when they are telling the truth. And that's because you've always known them to be a chronic liar. If you are in a relationship with such a person, trust me when I say you might want to reconsider such a relationship. You are in a relationship with someone you don't know and he or she is telling the truth. You are already in a serious problematic relationship, but unknown to you. Lying hurts a lot, especially when it's coming from someone you love, and who also claims to love you as well. Trust me, you will not want to set yourself up for such an emotional experience of being lied to. It will be disastrous to your emotional and mental health. The seventh deal breaker to look out for: anger. There are people who are short-tempered. Any little thing, they explode, break bottles, scatter things, or even hit the object of their anger. Now, imagine if a human happens to be the object of their anger. I hope you are not thinking what I am thinking. Though anger is not a bad thing, we will always find people or things that will stir up our anger. But, however, if you are in a relationship with someone who has not gained mastery over his anger, you are at risk. Yes, anger is not a bad thing, but it is a bad thing if you are being controlled by your anger. An angry person is a beast in action. If you are in a relationship with such a person who always bursts and explodes whenever he or she is angry, you are at a risk, and you might want to reconsider your relationship with him or her. And just because anger is normal and fine does not mean you should tolerate anyone who has anger issues. That is, they've yet to gain mastery over their anger. You will not want to set yourself up for a life of marital regret. The eighth deal breaker you must look out for: cheating. There are people who are chronic cheaters themselves. No matter how good their partners are, they will always cheat on them. These sets of people like variations, and as a result, they are fond of cheating, testing different people on the go, and are very happy about the exploration. They don't care about the effects caused by their cheating on their partners. They are just about themselves, and how to please themselves. Trust me, if you are in a relationship with someone who perpetually cheats on you, then you might want to reconsider such a relationship. If you don't do it now, you risk yourself for future emotional damage and punishment. You can't help yourself by being in a relationship with a cheater. If he or she cheats today while you both are still in a relationship, he or she will surely cheat when you both eventually marry. Always remember, a cheater today is a cheater tomorrow. Every fornicator is an adulterer in training. So, kindly look out for this deal breaker. The 9th deal breaker to look out for: abuse. Abuse means the misuse of the purpose of a thing. And abuse comes in different shapes or forms. We have physical abuse, emotional abuse, verbal abuse, mental abuse, and many more. If you are in a relationship with someone who abuses you physically by beating you, hitting you, slapping you, or punching you, that's a major deal breaker. If you are in a relationship with someone who abuses you verbally by cursing you, bad-mouthing you, and insulting you, that's a major deal breaker. You might want to reconsider such a relationship. Anyone who abuses you in any form or shape is misusing you, and that's a major deal breaker to look out for. And if you happen to find yourself in this situation, then you might want to reconsider such a relationship. The 10th and last deal breaker to look out for: secretive. If you are in a relationship where the other partner is very secretive with almost everything, then consider that as a deal breaker. A relationship where one or both partners are secretive cannot last. The presence of secrecy in a relationship means there's the absence of trust. In a relationship where there is no trust, I don't think that should be called a relationship at all. Such a relationship, both parties in it are just using each other to catch cruises. If you notice your partner is secretive, that's a major deal breaker which I am sure you won't be able to cope with. Whenever he is with you, his phone is always locked with a password. His password has passwords. Nothing in his phone that won't require using password. Whenever she is with you, her phone is always on flight mode. And if she wants to pick a call, she excuses herself far away to pick that call. That's a major deal breaker. In a healthy relationship, there should be the presence of openness. But when one party is secretive, then you might want to reconsider your relationship with that person. However, don't go yet. There is still one more thing I would like to add to the list. Yes, I know I said 10, but trust me, I need to add this one deal breaker to the list. And what it is? Bossy. A bossy person is a controlling freak. If you are in a relationship with someone who is always bossy to you, always trying to control you around, trust me, you might want to reconsider your relationship with that kind of person. You wouldn't want to be in a relationship with someone who is trying to order you around, or perhaps always wanting to teach you how to live your life. You need freedom to some extent, and you can't allow yourself to be suffocated by someone's bossiness. Although, if you can cope with it, fine. But, however, if you know you can't cope with it, then you might want to reconsider your relationship with that person. So, these are the 11 deal breakers you must look out for in a relationship. When you notice any of these deal breakers with your partner, then you might find it necessary to reconsider your relationship with him or her. If not, you might set yourself up for what will destroy you later in the future. I pray you won't find yourself in such a state. I hope you find value from this video. And if you do find value from this video, then your subscribing to our channel will go a long way to keeping us committed to creating more valuable and impactful relationship-related videos. Thank you as you do so. Also, if you have other deal breakers you think I didn't include in this video, kindly write them in the comments section below. I would love to read from you. See you in our next video. We love you to the moon.